It's still breeding season here at Running Springs, and we are trying to make a mad dash to get the last 4 or 5 mares in foal, okay? And so this mare Maggie, we have actually attempted a couple of times to get her in foal with a frozen embryo. Both times it was different frozen embryos. Both times it has seemingly been good timing. We're just not sure what's going on. It's kind of late in the season for me to like attempt other things. So we are going to try one more time. So she has a follicle. She's in heat. Now, she is a thoroughbred mare that is a little on the smaller side, but she is 15-1, and she's in really good body condition right now. She had a foal with us last year, Molly, and she did get really dragged down by Molly, and so she had a year off. So since she is coming back into heat, we are hopefully going to try again. We are going to either put a Kennedy embryo into her, probably Kennedy and machine made, because that is where I have the most embryos. I only have one Kennedy RL Best of Sudden, and so I'm probably going to put that into Ethel, since Ethel has a little bit better history of getting pregnant. Or I could attempt to put an Earline embryo into her, but I only have one Earline embryo. So again, I might save that for Phoebe or somebody like that. So since she did not get pregnant this last time and she is in heat, we are going to culture her. So they're going to take a swab of her uterus, make sure she doesn't have any bad bacteria in there that could have caused problems. Now, if she did have bad bacteria and we breed her and we are successful, she will most likely get what's called a caslix. So they will sew her to where fecal matter cannot get into her vulva and cause bacteria to get inside of her. Okay, next is Ethel. Now, like I said, I'm probably going to put one of the embryos into Ethel that I only have one of, because Ethel, knock on wood, is generally a pretty good girl. She's had multiple babies. Now, this will be her first time getting a frozen embryo, so that's something to think about. So let me know, would you put an embryo from Earline and VS Code Red or Kennedy and RL Best of Sudden? Which one would you do? We need another little moldy baby, like Ruby. Somebody's being very dramatic that they don't have their snack cart with them right now. I know, it's such a hard life. All right, so same song and dance. If she is ready to ovulate, we will put that embryo in her 4 days after her ovulation. Looks like she's got a bunch of small ones, small follicles. So she's on the list to just be checked again later in the week. Good Lord, look at this stacked baby. You're gorgeous. Next is Annie. Now we have a couple of mares after this, so there's going to be a part 2 to checking mares. But Annie is just going to carry her own baby. We have bred her one time this year, and she did not take. Now, I will say in the past, Annie hasn't been like the easiest breeder. When she had Johnny, her first baby, we attempted like 3 times and did not get her in full. She had 2 years off, and then she came back and had Huckleberry very easily. So we're just kind of trying to see what her trend is. She's not really dragged down by Huckleberry. Nothing came back from her cultures that said that why she wouldn't have taken, but we have to take it with a grain of salt. She was bred with frozen semen. Frozen semen's never going to be quite as potent as fresh. And Huckleberry is so upset. He said, my mama's right there and you're not letting me have her. How dare you? All right, let's see what she got. And she's got a big one on the right. All right, I'm going to say a 4-1. Let's see. I don't know if his measuring is right. 5'2". We need semen. You got her semen actually on hand. Okay. So she's hitching a ride to the clinic today. They will probably, because she's not taken the first time, they'll probably breed her right before ovulation and right after ovulation. Another thing to note that with frozen semen, sometimes it can cause a little bit more irritation to the uterus, so it just depends with your mare. Sometimes it's certain extenders, you know, some mares have issues with. She didn't seem to have inflammation and things like that. It just didn't take. So we are going to try again and cross our fingers and hope for the best. We're measuring my yearlings today, starting with Miss Kirby, our oldest. Now we're going to get her set up, but I want you to look past and see what we're dealing with sound-wise. So this barn is very loud. I'm hoping my mic kind of muffles it a little bit. Unfortunately, my playlists on TikTok are completely not working, so there was no way for me to easily go back and see what we measured her at last time, which I think was about 10 weeks ago. So we're just going to see how big she is. Let's see, how old would she be? Kirby is 17 months old right now, and she is definitely my smallest yearling. She is by Machine Made. And out of my mare, BS the First Lady. I love her coloring right now. She's looking fantastic. Look at her perking her ears up. Like, she is so scopy. She's definitely butt high at the moment because she's growing, but she fancy. So let's see how big she is. Want to see it just to make sure it's not scary? You want to taste it? Yeah, it's all good. We're all good. She's so tiny. Oh my goodness, she's so teensy weensy compared to the big boys. Oh, they all string tested at like 16 hands. So she's, she's like the tiniest bit under 14 hands at the wither, which is like just under 142 centimeters. I don't even want to know what this sounds like. We've got construction going on. We've got rain. This is a disaster. It's okay, but it's gonna be so pretty. Hi, big girl. Hi, big girl. Oh, she don't like it. Woo! Okay, so she's like 14.2 at the hip, which is right on par. I think she string tested when we did it to like 15.1, which is a very respectable. She's going to be big bodied size for a Western all-around horse, Western pleasure horse, which is definitely what she's bred for. So that doesn't bother me in the slightest. She's just very small comparatively to my big Hunseat, like all-around babies. So let's just pray she makes that 15 mark, which I think she will. Stay tuned for the rest of the yearlings. I don't even want to know what this sounds like. It's pouring. You did so stinking good. You are a very good girl for what is happening outside right now. Look at you in this big stall, Kirby. You look so tiny. And we haven't put the windows on the barn yet, so if you stand too close, you might get a little wet. That's okay though. Let me know if Kirby has been your favorite baby of 2025 since the beginning. And I'm so excited to see her under saddle next year.